And we back. I cannot believe we are at this point where this is a real video, but I got suggested to do it and I thought it was too funny for me not to. So today, remember, today is all about the memes because we have an expansion team hitting the NBA. The Shanghai Sharks have left the Chinese Basketball Association and now are in the NBA Association. And well, they got a roster. They got a roster. Now, if you have no idea what is going on, first of all, you need to be more active on social media. But this is what has been happening all season long. When somebody has a bad playoff game / bad playoff series, all the fans want to take him from the NBA and send him to the CBA because he is too bad to play in the NBA. So I went out on Reddit, on Twitter, on YouTube, on other blog spots to put together the new Shanghai Sharks, the players that disappointed in the playoffs that don't deserve real roster. Okay, that's a stretch. Of course, all these players are still really good NBA players. They just so happen to be bad at the wrong time, and they got shipped off to Shanghai. It was actually suggested by someone in my live stream the other day. I was live streaming on Twitch during the NBA draft lottery, and someone either donated or resubscribed with this idea, and I just went through all of the donations and all of the resubscriptions, and I cannot find out who the heck gave me this idea, so I apologize, but I thought it was amazing, so here we are. Now, again, I have to keep saying this. This is all about the memes. This is not me attacking individual players, anything like that. I just think it's really funny to see the type of things NBA fans can come up with. And the Shanghai Shark thing is hilarious. For example, Haley McGoldrick said, "Who put Ben Simmons on the Shanghai Sharks roster?" Crying laughing emoji. Or I guess it's just regular crying emoji. Please, I cannot. So this man, Ben Simmons, let's go to this tweet. Ben Simmons says, "Such a bad season or such a bad series that somebody went to Wikipedia and along all these players and Ray McCollum." Oh, I haven't seen that name in a long time. Ray McCollum's newest teammate is Ben Simmons. As you can see there, I just think it's funny. So I have to introduce you to the rest of the roster because it's not just Ben Simmons and a bunch of auto-generated guys. But before that, this is my reminder for you to leave a like on the video. If you ain't noticed, we didn't upload it every single day past 4 or 5 days. I know it's been a long time since we've done something like that, so be sure to leave a like. Oh, and one last thing, as if I didn't already have too much work to do, we just launched another YouTube channel. Me and my homies who do the podcast, we're also doing IRL videos. Here, right here is a clip from we did NBA Pictionary again, so that's always fun. Go subscribe to that channel, link is in the description. Every Thursday we're dropping bangers. And here's our logo for the Shanghai Sharks. Really solid if you ask me. I just want to say this again. I'm going to introduce you to the roster, and please don't be mad at me. We just here for the fun. Please do not be mad. We just here for the fun. The arena looks fire too. Is this how the actual arena looks? Because whoever put the time in, you deserve it, bro. You deserve all the praise because this arena is definitely fire. Okay, so I already established that Ben Simmons is on the roster. How did Ben Simmons end up in Shanghai? He had a playoff series in the second round where he didn't do a whole bunch. He missed a lot of free throws. He scored 3 total baskets in fourth quarters in 7 games, and he just kind of let his team in the city down. So he's now in Shanghai. Starting at the shooting guard position, this guy I really struggle with putting on this list. Again, I didn't create this list. I used Twitter, I used Reddit, I used all the other things. So this is not my personal list. But how did he end up here? Well, they went against the Denver Nuggets, who were missing 2 starters and 1 bench player. They were completely healthy, and CJ did not perform. And in the game where they needed to win a game, this man, Damian Lillard, playing his heart out, and CJ stepped out of bounds when it mattered the most, and they sent him on a one-way trip to Shanghai. The starting small forward, it hurts my heart to have him here because he's one of my favorite players. Jimmy, don't call me James Buckets. Well, he didn't get a lot of buckets in his first round series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Honestly, I don't know what he shot from the field, but it was like 30-something% from the field. They got completely swept, and a guy came into it. How did he get here? He said before the series started that he was stupidly locked in and he played stupidly bad in that series, so they sent him one-way trip to Shanghai. Next, at the starting power forward position, this man won most improved player but got to the playoffs and, well, didn't perform. Oh, they got different hairstyles for him? I didn't even know that was a thing in 2K. He got to the playoffs and didn't perform. You were just waiting. One of these games he gonna step up. One of these games he gonna step up, and he didn't. It was Derrick Rose versus everybody, and they didn't have the all-star and most improved player Julius Randle there, so one-way ticket. At the starting center position, y'all saw this one coming. Rudy Gobert also hurts my heart because he's one of my guys. Does everybody have different hairstyles? Okay, his hairstyle 2 and hairstyle 3 are just him with a headband on. So I don't know how. That's not that much of a difference, 2K. Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year this year, and then got to the series against the Clippers and got dominated. Every single player was going straight at his chest, and it hurt my heart to see. Then in a game 6, where they absolutely needed to win, or the series was over, he was guarding Terrence Mann, and Terrence Mann had 39. He struggled. So, yeah, Frenchman in Shanghai. Now let me introduce you to the bench players. The first one is Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero got a lot of buzz, a lot of stuff after his rookie season, after, you know, being a part of a team that went to a championship run. Obviously, they didn't win, but he came out in his sophomore season and did not live up to that hype. And in the first round of the playoffs, he did not perform very well, but I still believe in Tyler Hero, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people had him on Shanghai as well. And since we had to pull out the roster or fill out an entire roster, he got added to the team. Another small forward is Joe Harris. He shot 50. What did he shoot from 3? Joe Harris shot 47.5% from 3 in the regular season, and then got to the playoffs where they were going against Milwaukee, and he shot, hold on. I'm going to get you the statistics. He shot 32% from 3, 34% from the field, and only averaged 9 points in 37 minutes. He just did not come out and play. It's unfortunate, but he's a shooter, and sometimes shooters slump. So he's slumping. His team is eliminated, so he is in Shanghai. Another small forward is Kyle Kuzma. I gave Kyle Kuzma a really, really good compliment right before the playoffs started, and then I had to take it back. Kyle, just not a very good playoff series whatsoever, and his expectations weren't super high, but he even let us down on those expectations, and because of that, he is now in Shanghai. Next player that is in Shanghai is Aaron Gordon. They made a trade to get Aaron Gordon, and he turned out to be pretty solid, at least in the first round. He was guarding Damian Lillard. He was doing pretty solidly, and in the second round hit, and he had a bunch of stinkers, and because of that, he's in Shanghai. Another center on the roster, yeah, bam. It sucks to have 3 Miami Heat players here, but hey, the Miami Heats came in, and a lot of people believed that they could win that series, and they got completely swept. Bam Adebayo had, like, the first couple games, it felt like he did not even look at the basket, and I hated that for him, because we know he could score the ball, but he didn't, and his team got swept. So him, his teammates, Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, all on one private jet to Shanghai. And lastly, you knew this player was going to be here. It is Kristaps Porzingis. I have never seen a player that is 6'3", not use his height as much as he does use his height. This man right here got out-rebounded for a series by the short king Campazzo. He is 7'3", 7'3", and he did not perform. So that is the complete Shanghai Sharks roster. Now, Kenny, what do you do now? I didn't think that far. I legitimately didn't think that far. We're not rebuilding this thing. I think we just, like, okay. Let me show you something. So like I said, I use other things to determine this roster. This was something by, I think this is ESPN's format. I don't really know. They have Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, Rudy Gobert, right? That makes sense. And then the comment section said, oh, this was actually Hoop Nation. Shout out to Hoop Nation. This says, Porzingis fell victim to the ball hogging stat pattern. Not his fault, even though. Okay, I don't know what this guy's talking about. To this day, Trey Alonzo was tragic. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Ryan made a really good point with the Defensive Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year runner-up. Never forget, they compared Joe Harris to Klay Thompson. I was not aware of that. Maybe I need to be on Twitter more. Who the heck was doing this? Who did this? Who compared Joe Harris to Klay Thompson? Because they need their Twitter account suspended. This was an overplayed joke, but 3,000 people liked it. Ben Simmons could be a nice cop because he won't shoot. 82-0 regular season, swept in the first round. Imagine, so this is a really good roster. I think we can agree this is a really good roster. I don't think it's an 82-0 roster, but it's pretty good. Can you imagine if they went 82-0, but because they're Shanghai and they're the tokers of the yada yada, they lose in the first round? 6-man, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was bad, and I probably should have put him on this roster. I legit probably should have put him on this roster. KD, I think this is supposed to be had 2 of the greatest playoff performances of all time in the same series, just for this man, Joe Harris, to turn into Ben Simmons overnight. Somebody said, put some respect on Rudy. I agree with you, Lennon, but you cannot deny the fact that he didn't look great. I respect Rudy. I respect everybody on this roster. I don't want anybody to misconstrue that. But yeah, he did not have a good series whatsoever. Why is Rudy here? Okay. Okay. I think people are thinking too much about it. Obviously we agree. Rudy Gobert is a really good NBA player. People are overthinking the jokes JJ Barea ended up on this team. I don't even want JJ Barea to even be here because we saw JJ Barea put up very good statistical and have really good moments in playoffs, which is great. It's just crazy to say. Oh my God. I just know that people are going to be really upset about this video, but we had to do it. We had to do it. It was too good not to do. Jeremy Pargo, welcome to the team. How do we even do this rotation? Because I legit think that this team could be dominant. Kyle Kuzma is not even in the rotation. That's kind of tough. Do we keep it with this starting lineup? This starting lineup is really good. Like, part of me want to do something like this, where Jimmy Butler goes to a shooting guard, Julius Randle goes to a small forward, and then Bam Adebayo goes to a power forward. That'll just give us, like, the best overall player. They want to start CJ over Ben Simmons. Nah, we're going to keep Ben Simmons. What is the spacing on this team? What is the spacing on this team? Will that matter? We'll figure it out. Game 1 of the season is a big-time W. Julius Randle. Game 2 is... So everybody on this roster we know performs in the playoffs because they wouldn't even be on this roster if they weren't good regular season players, because there's expectations behind them. You know, if you were bad in the regular season, nobody has expectations on you in the playoffs. So them starting off 10-0 is actually a W, but it ain't crazy because this is a really, really good roster. Think about this. We have 1 All-Star, 2 All-Star, 3 All-Star, 4 All-Star, 5. Well, I mean, I guess technically these guys didn't make the All-Star game, but they're All-Star players. Then off the bench, Porzingis was an All-Star a few years ago. Tyler Hero, they was telling me that they wouldn't trade Tyler Hero for James Harden. So these are good players. Are we going to go 80? Are we legitimately going to go 82-0? I just did a video of me trying to go 82-0, unironically. Is this going to be the team to actually do it, though? Are we starting off oh, the game froze. We start off the season 20-0. The Shanghai Sharks taking over the NBA. See, y'all said these players sucked. You just got to put them all together. And some places where this player sucks and this player's good, that comes together, they're not going to go 82-0 because they lost to Atlanta. If Ben Simmons had a bad game, okay, he didn't have a bad game. He actually shot 4 from 4 from the free throw line, which is beautiful. But Atlanta really killed our vibes. 24-0 before Atlanta came in and took our victory. Can we go 81-1 then? Probably not, because we're going to have to go against Atlanta eventually, right? Talk about the most random video we've done on this channel. Big candidate here. Big time candidate. What was the reason? What is the direction? Nobody really knows. Hopefully you enjoyed it, though. I don't know. I am enjoying watching these. This team is dominating. 33-1. 33-1. Point differential of 30. We are beating people by 31 point. Is that how the statistic is read? 35.3 is our point differential. This reminds me of? Some of y'all are too young to know this. When the Bulls were going 72-10. That was the same year that the Toronto Raptors, this is a story time while we watch this team dominate. This was the same year where the Toronto Raptors became an organization, right? This is, I think, part of this is like an old folk tale. Part of it might be true, part of it might not be, because I don't. Anyway, they went to Toronto. This is a team that eventually went 72-10, and they're going against the Toronto Raptors, who suck. This is the first or second year of the Toronto Raptors' existence. Of course they're bad, right? Of course they're bad. And the Raptors won. One of the 10 losses on the Bulls' legendary season was to a Toronto Raptors team that was terrible, I think. What if I told you all of that and that's just not true? Okay, let's look at these 10 losses. First one came to Orlando. Second one went to Seattle. Third one was to Indiana. They went on a losing streak. Denver, Phoenix, Miami. What is this game? The Knicks beat them by 30? This is the game I'm talking about. Boom! They were 18-49, and they beat a team that was 60-8. MJ had 36. Okay, I can't be mad at MJ. I don't remember how it ended. So what? I mean, it was a 1-pointer. Was it a game winner? I have no idea. I just know it happened. It was, oh my God, it was Damon Stoudemire. It was Oliver Miller. Doug Christie was young in the league. See, this is a history lesson. So you can't say you didn't learn anything because you did. Oh, we lost another game too, by the way, to Brandon Ingram. This is why. So we were beating teams by an average of 30-something points. And then one game, we didn't even put up 100. 11 points in a quarter is disgusting. Anyway, 80-2 is the actual record. So Even with all these type of players, we were not good enough to go 82-0, but we got pretty close. Any Shanghai Sharks? Julius Randle is on the All-NBA third team. The Shanghai we got Ben Simmons on the defensive team. The Shanghai Sharks are out here. And how did we end up in the Western Conference? I don't know who decided that. What if they fumble the bag and just not play well in the playoffs? Here are final stats. Great. What if they don't win a championship? Oh my God. Burn it all. You guys exactly who we thought you were, but actually they are the most dominant team in NBA history. The question of can the Shanghai Sharks go 82-0 has been answered, and the answer is no. But they can come pretty close to it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.